Hello! Today I'm excited to share some cool, interesting, and downright mind-blowing facts with you today. Bats break mammalian norms. Pups are born feet first. They are the only mammals that give birth this way. Cassowaries are ratites, being a group of flightless birds like ostriches and emus, and they are widely considered the most dangerous bird in the world due to their powerful legs and sharp claws. Seals are elite freedivers thanks to two superpowers. They have 12% more blood than land mammals of equal size and muscles saturated with myoglobin, an oxygen-binding protein 10 times more concentrated than in humans. The K2 has a long-standing reputation as incredibly deadly, and it used to be said that for every 4 people who reach the top, 1 wouldn't come back. Bonus fact, the first and only winter ascent was in 2021. Many owl species, like barn owls, have offset ear openings, one higher than the other, creating a vertical sound map. This allows pinpointing prey in total darkness. The word oxymoron is itself an oxymoron, from Greek oxy, meaning sharp, and moros is literally foolish or dull. Grasshoppers are ancient survivors. They hopped onto the scene 300 million years ago, predating dinosaurs by 70 million years and grass by over 200 million. These early insects munched on prehistoric foliage like ferns. Sea urchins see the world through 5 primitive eyes, all clustered around their anus. 2 detect light, 3 sense motion, and together they form a bizarre but effective navigation system. Mumbai reigns as India's largest urban metropolis, with over 20.9 million people crammed into its coastal sprawl. Their local trains carry 7.5 million daily riders, more than Norway's entire population. But wait, while Mumbai has a denser urban core, the broader administrative region of Delhi encompasses a larger population with over 30 million people. Getting the shingles shot isn't just about avoiding painful rashes caused by the varicella zoster virus. It could slash dementia odds by 20%, likely by shielding the brain from viral damage. Surprisingly, catnip is 10 times more effective at repelling mosquitoes than DEET. But there's a catch. While its active compound, nepetalactone, works brilliantly in labs, it evaporates quickly outdoors. DEET still wins for longevity, but catnip could inspire safer plant-based repellents. Nuclear reactors have met an unexpected foe, jellyfish. From Sweden to South Korea, massive swarms have clogged cooling systems, forcing plants to shut down. These gelatinous saboteurs drift into intake pipes, proving even cutting-edge tech is no match for nature's blobs. Here's a microscopic marvel. Human red blood cells are the only living cells in your body that completely lack a nucleus. Evolution ditched it to pack in more oxygen-carrying hemoglobin and allows them to squeeze through smaller blood vessels. But nature loves exceptions. Red blood cells from fish, amphibians, reptiles, and birds all contain DNA in their nuclei. The smallest and largest cells of the human body are the ones responsible for your very existence. Talking about sperm cell and the egg cell, or the ovum, of course. The Tetris effect isn't just about high scores. It's a real psychological phenomenon where intense focus on an activity starts shaping your thoughts and dreams. In studies, people who played Tetris for hours began visualizing falling blocks in their sleep and even unconsciously arranging real-world objects, like supermarket boxes or city buildings, as if they were in the game. It's a fascinating example of how our brains internalize repetitive tasks, blurring the line between the game and reality. Stretching 2,190 miles or 3,500 kilometers across 14 eastern U.S. states, the Appalachian Trail is a hiker's ultimate endurance test. It's the world's longest path dedicated solely to hiking. Here's a twist in the reptile family tree. Crocodiles, alligators, and birds are all Archosaurs, a group dating back to the time of the earliest dinosaurs. While modern crocodilians and dinosaurs, including birds, evolved from a common ancestor, birds branched off directly from dinosaurs. That means your pet cockatoo is actually more closely related to a crocodile than to a lizard, despite their wildly different appearances. This shared ancestry explains why crocodiles and birds both have four-chambered hearts, unlike lizards' three-chambered ones, a relic of their high-metabolism dinosaur ancestors. Some scientists even suggest crocodilians could have been warm-blooded in the distant past. Can you imagine a clam living for over a century and growing as long as 1.2 meters or almost 4 feet? That's the incredible reality of the giant clam. These gentle giants of the coral reefs are truly impressive. If you've ever watched track and field, horse racing, or even baseball, you may have noticed that athletes always run counterclockwise. While this is partly tradition, there's also a biomechanical reason behind it. Since most people are right-handed, their dominant right leg generates more power. So when running counterclockwise, the left leg, controlled by the right brain, stabilizes the body during turns, while the stronger right leg pushes off on the outer curve. This subtle advantage helps maintain speed and balance on oval tracks. The liver wears many hats. It's the body's largest gland, a detox powerhouse, and a biochemical factory rolled into one. Weighing about 3 pounds, it silently performs hundreds of tasks, from filtering toxins to producing bile for digestion. Unlike typical organs, it earns its gland status by secreting bile into ducts. Around 13 cans of Spam are eaten every second worldwide and 3 cans per second in the US. Uranus's day has lengthened slightly, but not because the planet is slowing down. Hubble data reveals its magnetic field is lopsided and wobbles, making precise day-length measurements tricky. The 28-second difference? Likely due to better tech catching subtle atmospheric drag. Your kidneys are relentless workhorses. Every day, they sieve 40 gallons of blood, enough to fill a bathtub, yet retain just a quart or two as urine. This demands staggering blood flow. A quarter of your heart's output rushes to them, outpacing even your brain's share. Your left lung is about 10% smaller than the right, with a clever scooped-out space called the cardiac notch to make room for your heart. It's why the right lung has 3 lobes, while the left gets by with 2. Also, your lungs have a hidden superpower. They smell. Special odor-detecting receptors in airway muscles react to bitter compounds, not by registering scents, but by forcing airways to widen or tighten. It's an ancient defense mechanism. Mars played fairy godmother to NASA's Spirit rover in 2005. After months of dust choking its solar panels, a passing dust devil like a cosmic car wash swept the grime away. Power levels nearly doubled overnight, gifting the rover a surprise second wind, pun intended, for exploration. The entertainment landscape has really changed. Gaming's massive revenue of around $184 billion in 2023 completely dwarfs both the movie and music industries. It's also mind-blowing to realize that mobile gaming by itself, generating around $92 billion in 2023, actually brought in more money than the entire global box office for movies that same year. It's commonly believed that camels can go the longest without water, but giraffes actually have them beat. Thanks to the moisture-rich leaves in their diet, giraffes can survive 3 weeks without drinking, about a week longer than camels. This adaptation helps them thrive in arid environments where water sources are scarce. Interestingly, when giraffes do drink, their unique physiology forces them into a vulnerable position, spreading their legs wide to reach the water, leaving them exposed to predators. Your shoes are stealthy billboards. Studies reveal strangers subconsciously scrutinize them first, using treadwear, style, and shine to guess your age, job, and even personality. Funny thing is that in speed dating experiments, 93% of participants recalled shoes more accurately than clothes. Polar bears are the Arctic's ultimate endurance athletes. They swim 10 kilometers per hour or 6.2 miles per hour through freezing seas and roam ice sheets for months. They've been recorded swimming 687 kilometers or 427 miles non-stop over 9 days and trek thousands of kilometers per year across melting ice. Some stars are so unfathomably large that they dwarf our entire solar system. Take Stephenson 218, the current king of known stars. With a radius of 1.5 billion kilometers, it's wider than the distance from the Sun to Jupiter. If it replaced our Sun, its surface would nearly reach Saturn's orbit. Even light would take hours to circle it. These hypergiants are cosmic ticking bombs. They'll eventually explode as supernovae, scattering elements that become future planets and life. Your body sounds the alarm early. When you lose just 1 to 2% of your water content, thirst kicks in. Tokyo's metro is a masterclass in mass transit. Every day, 8.7 million people flow through its turnstiles, more than the population of Switzerland. With near-perfect punctuality and a maze-like 310 kilometers network, it's the circulatory system of the world's largest megacity. In Japan, earning the title of Itamae, or Master Sushi Chef, can take decades, longer than becoming a doctor. When dragonfly romance turns toxic, females pull a horror movie move. They fake their own deaths. By crash diving and lying still, they trick persistent males into abandoning mating attempts, a desperate but smart escape from aggressive suitors. Emperor penguins are the ultimate deep-sea divers, plunging 500 meters or 1,640 feet on a single breath and surviving 20-plus minutes in pitch-black waters. Their secret? A slow-motion metabolism, reinforced bones, and blood that prioritizes brain and heart over all else. The oceans hide 20 million tons of gold, but don't grab your bucket yet. Each liter holds less than a billionth of a gram, and filtering it would cost a fortune. Interestingly, hydrothermal vents do concentrate gold into nuggets, but they're 2.5 kilometers or 1.5 miles deep and guarded by 400 degrees Celsius or 752 degrees Fahrenheit water temps, so they're definitely not easily accessible. Ever noticed how pine cones seem to predict rain? They're nature's little weather forecasters. When humidity rises, a sign of incoming rain, pine cones tighten up to shield their seeds. But on dry, sunny days, they open right back up, ready to let their seeds fly. Contrary to popular belief, pepper seeds aren't what make your mouth burn. It's actually the white, spongy membrane they cling to. This pith, called the placenta, produces nearly all the capsaicin, the compound responsible for heat. Seeds get a bad reputation because they're often coated in the spicy oil, but if you remove them carefully, you'll find they're nearly heat-free. Antipodes, Earth's diametrically opposite points, usually pair land with ocean, but the Pacific is so vast that parts of it mirror themselves. It's the only ocean where this symmetry happens, highlighting just how enormous it truly is. The pupils of the eyes dilate when a sudden, loud sound hits. Your pupils briefly dilate as part of the startle reflex. It's your nervous system's rapid-fire way to sharpen vision for potential threats. Mars hosts the solar system's ultimate canyon, Valles Marineris, a scar so vast it would span from New York to Los Angeles with room to spare, plunge 7 kilometers or 4,350 miles down, deep enough to bury the Alps, and you'd still not hit bottom. The boreal forest is Earth's green crown, a belt of conifers so vast it blankets 11% of all land, from Alaska to Siberia. The title of fog capital goes to Canada's Grand Banks, where mist shrouds the ocean 206 days a year. This eerie spectacle happens when the icy Labrador Current slams into the warm Gulf Stream. Beneath Jupiter's clouds lies an ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen, a form of hydrogen so compressed by the planet's gravity that it flows like molten metal. This exotic fluid, crackling with electric currents, fuels Jupiter's colossal magnetic field. Basil doesn't just sit there, it fights back when touched. Crushing its leaves triggers a fragrant explosion of oils, a built-in alarm system to repel munching insects. For chefs, this means the more you bruise it, the better it tastes. Neptune is the solar system's wind champion. Its supersonic gales scream at 2,100 kilometers per hour, or 1,300 miles per hour, 6 times faster than Earth's worst hurricanes. Unlike storms here, driven by sunlight, Neptune's chaos stems from deep internal heat, whipping methane clouds into a frigid frenzy. Australia's kangaroos aren't just iconic, they're a 50 million strong army, nearly doubling the human population. Galapagos marine iguanas are the only lizards that forage underwater, holding their breath for half an hour while grazing on algae. Giraffes wield 45-centimeter purple tongues like built-in sunblock, melanin-rich and thorn-proof. These prehensile tools strip acacia branches bare while resisting both UV rays and spikes. Chile's Patagonian cypresses are silent time capsules. Some have stood for 3,600 plus years, watching empires rise and fall. Raccoons have 4 times more sensory cells in their paws than most mammals. This allows them to see with their hands and get images of the objects they touch without even looking at them. Thanks for watching. New videos every week. Subscribe to catch them all.